Yeah, as soon as I start, I've got to clear my throat. That's always helpful. Actually, you know what would be helpful is if I had the ceiling fan on. Hold on. I can't believe I forgot that. Okay. That is better. It's just a little bit of air moving in here. Even in winter, it's actually nice to have the ceiling fan going. Okay, we continue this game. Now, I have virtually no clue, no recollection where I was or what I was doing. This will be fun. What have I got over here? Hey, everyone's ready to report in. They've been waiting for like a month and a half for me to tell them something. Or, you know, whatever. Oh, this Twitch stuff looks just a touch different. I don't know if I like it yet. Looks like I'm all alone so far. Well, I mean, I didn't really expect any different. Yeah, I'd be surprised if I had any followers by the end of the night. Not viewers. I don't think followers are going anywhere, but... Oh, wait, now it says there's 3. Well, of course there needs to be one of them because Phantom Bot is up and running. Ooh, Lich. So there you are. So I just had my first successful print on this Prusa in days. Specifically, it's because the... Specifically, it's because the wife needed me to redo one of the wings on her Thor helmet. Well, here we go. I'll throw it to you. And her wings are big enough... Okay, Hathor. Her wings are big enough they come in 2 parts. You can see the line right here. So essentially there's a half that's like this, and then the other tip of it goes on there. I've got it all G-coded out and everything. The problem I was having... problem I was having is I was getting layer shifts, usually somewhere around here or somewhere around here, where just a band of it, maybe up to a centimeter tall, would just be shifted over, and then it would go back. And it was really frustrating because she really needed this wing. And what I was finding was that it would have... Yeah, still PLA. What I was finding was that it would show several Y crashes. And so I actually kicked one off the other day when I was actually sitting here. I think it was on Saturday. Sitting here. Boy was over there. I was just playing, and I heard it change sounds like 5 different times over the course of the afternoon. And I looked over at it, and the Y crash counter had incremented, and it was recovering from a crash and just going back and taking off. And it wasn't making any difference. It didn't hit anything. There was, I mean, it would probably hit my water bottle right now if it was running, but it didn't hit anything, and there was no reason for it to be doing that. So I just let it go, and by the time it got done, and it's a 21-hour print, way up near the top, there's a level, a layer shift. So what I found, and I had printed one for her last week, and it worked. And I needed to redo this other one, and after, I think I've printed 4 screw-ups, and as you saw, the size of it, that is a lot of PLA. That's like probably roughly a spool of PLA. I had to throw all 4 away. Yesterday, I hit upon the idea of, how about a disabled crash detection? Guess what? I got a perfect print. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Glenmorangie, 14-year This is the Quinta Rubin. So it's a port cask finish. It's a little more expensive than a daily average kind of Scotch for me, but I got it. Fake crash detection was causing a Y shift. Yeah. The only thing I can think is, I've had bearing problems before in X, so I had to redo those. I never redid the Y bearings. I haven't repacked them, so the only thing I can think is maybe there's a little bit of friction in there, more than it wants to see when it's moving, so I'll have to redo the Y bearings at some point. I actually need to replace the X bearings. The top rail one, the bits of leftover grease that it pushes out to the edge on the top rail, it comes out black. So those balls are just grinding in there. I don't know what the deal is. Metals, mushrooms, or Josephine. Dog and cat hair everywhere, making my nose itch. Okay. Now, if you ever got a weird hair and decided you needed to catch up on these old episodes, dang it, you would. But if you... No, that's not what I wanted. Ever decided you needed to do that, come up with this. That is my YouTube playlist for all of the episodes. I don't recommend you watch them all. This is chapter 39, and typically there was a 2-hour playtime. Although I can remember sometimes that it had to get cut short. There's a couple of times where there's broken up stuff. Actually, a lot of these were more than 2 hours. And then I have other things on there too. I have the Mass Effect stream that I did. Well, sort of. It's sort of. Let's see. Here we go. Let me just go ahead and this is actually in the link below anyway. But let me just go ahead and give you that. It has a few different playlists. It has Mass Effect 1, which isn't the real one I did on Twitch, because I got about 6 episodes in when they started disappearing off of Twitch. It's like, oh, I thought they would get saved more than that. But I happen to have other recordings, so I turned those into one longer movie and then finished out from there. So I did that trilogy plus Andromeda, and then of course Dragon Age 1, 2, and 3. And there was one point I was starting to play through Max Payne when I got laid off from my last job. And so it made sense to have something violent and shooty. I got a couple of episodes into that when my computer decided, you know what, I don't need to start Max Payne ever again. This would be Max Payne 3, not 1 or 2. Not the better games. But anyway, let's check the journal. What have I got? I still need to meet them. I'm not worried about that. Oh. World map to travel to Kaer Oswin. I could maybe do that. Recollection is I had just actually started the Western Approach. I was doing a little bit out there. Was it Western Approach or was it Hissing Waste? I think it was Western Approach. I don't remember what I did in the Hissing Waste. Forbidden Oasis, I probably don't have any shards to open that. Zanzibar! Welcome! Glad to have you. There's the thing that Cassandra wants me to do. Just the black, that's just a store. I've been there before. Let's go do this. So clearly I need to take Cassandra, and I'll take Sarah along, and Additional mage support. Let's go see what this place has in store for us. So, Santa Mark, all you've missed so far is me whining about 3D printing. But hey, I got it working in the end. Keep looking at the little tiny picture of me down there and realizing I really need to clean. Okay. Man, I forgot what a lovely game this was.
Care Oswin. Odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
Hello, there we go.
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
Let us see what we can find. Let us see what we can loot. It's his door. Ah! Well, I found a dude I can take out. I remembered how to do that. So apparently this isn't going to be full of warm fuzzies. There's some fire.
Promises. I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
Cultist doesn't sound good.
Cultists. Why am I not surprised?
This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus.
Dungeon key. Dungeon? All you ever want to do is play dungeon. Okay. Jail full of dead people. Why is everyone's stuff blue like that? I'm not sure. Maybe that's correct. I don't remember. I don't think they were like that before. Oh. Get over here and get this thing. So yeah, of course, you guys know from my tweeting that I finally finished my exam. I'm just hoping I finished it.
Did they torture him to death? The Promises will pay for this.
But I don't have a light. But I'm supposed to know in 8 to 10 weeks what the results were. The guy that I was in that refresher class with has talked to several of the people, several of our classmates, and apparently people have not been all that happy with the amount of not solving problems there was on the test. I feel pretty good about it. At the very least, I feel better than the 3 practice exams I took last week. I'll take that.
As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of Red Lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the Promises want the world to end? What use are they to him?
What is Sarah doing? Ow! Ow.
So Corypheus
Maybe it's
sold
not Sarah.
secrets to these cultists.
Ow.
And they leapt at the chance, of course. But this doesn't explain
Ow.
how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them.
Ow.
We must keep looking.
The letter said
Ow.
Seekers were resistant to Red Lyrium.
I'm gonna have 30
Our
arrows
ability
sticking out of my
grants many
chest.
gifts, but the resistance to
Oh, there it is.
Red Lyrium's corruption, that seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
Do you really want to keep looking? What we find might not be pleasant.
I do not shy away from unpleasant things. I must know.
Okay. Nope, no arrows sticking out of my chest. That was amusing. Anyway, as I was saying, I feel better about it than I felt about any of the practice exams, which is good because out of 80 questions on those practice exams last week, I missed 26, 25, and 21. That should be an indication of what a bitch the exam was. Yes, exactly. I haven't seen... I haven't seen anything from my bot. Is my bot actually even active? Oh, there it is. It said, "Welcome to the Happy Effect." Yeah, there we go. Hey, I got some points. And I do have quotes active on here. Not that there's anywhere near as many as other channels have. Ah, yes. You don't get to put the fire mine under me. So I think this one is exclamation mark add quote as opposed to quote add. It's either that or I have that exactly backwards. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't add quotes. I'm just saying that the option exists. There used to be more, but at one point I did an upgrade on Phantom Bot, and for whatever reason the database didn't survive. I don't know why. You know, how about we actually show Cassandra's quest? Little animal hairs all over the place, driving my nose crazy. Just had the dog bathe this weekend, so hopefully he'll shed less. Enjoy that fire.
One down.
That's more than one. Now, of course, I can't talk about the exam too much because there's effectively an NDA that covers it, so I can't really talk about what was on it. Certain elements would really like it if I would talk about what was on it, because there's an entire industry behind getting people prepared. Oh. No, don't leave me already, Rich. Okay, thanks for coming by. Only if you want. There's hundreds and hundreds of hours of stuff there. I can't promise that any of it is interesting. What's over here? it's a door.
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Cassandra. It is you. You're alive.
It's a rumor.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
Oh, they're gonna pay for that.
The Promisers will pay for what they've done.
No. The Lord Seeker.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies. He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Cassandra.
Now is not the time for sympathy.
Okay.
Wait. Don't leave me like this, please.
Oh, I won't.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome.
Stab him with your axe. She did.
He was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man.
Whoa.
Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
I'll bet he's up here. I'll bet he's in this box. He's not in this box. I'll bet he's up here. How many stairs are there in this game? Somebody should count. That's it, I have to start the game all over again because I want to count the number of steps. Not walking steps. Ascending or descending. You get the feeling that I was meant to do this a while ago. Since I'm basically two-shotting everything. But what's beeping? That's beeping. So Sansabark, what have you been up to for the last month and a half? I've only done one thing. Almost fit through this arrow slit.
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a woman I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
And you're a traitor.
And you're the man who betrayed his own order.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi. A war that will see no end.
I agree with you. Oh, going this way.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help?
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's nuts. What are you reading more of? Anything interesting? Anything cool?
And this was the right thing.
Lord Seeker, what you've done.
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
And he's already done.
He was insane. He had to be. The
Yarp.
influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
All these wasted lives.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this book of secrets.
Okay, we'll do that. But first I have to finish looting. Ooh, with a Master Demon Slaying rune even. I'll have to see if that's better than what Cassandra's got. Probably not at this point. The Weapons. Yeah. No. Okay. Time to go back to Skyhold. Here. Okay. Hopefully she had time to read that book on the way over. Wait, what's this exclamation mark now? Would you get out of my way? People are trying to walk here, you know. Iron Bull has a thing?
Come on, Krim. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Do you want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
What's in it?
What did the letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition, joining forces.
Okay.
That could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive red lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big warships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water. They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Kunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Cullen and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
I actually don't remember this. Oh, and I ended up right here where I was going anyway.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the Old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
Are you all right? You look drained.
Do you know what the Rite of Tranquility is?
I'm
The
a
last
mage, duh.
resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Yeah, it's that.
You mutilate mages.
I always thought it a necessary evil. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the Rite, from the beginning.
So the rebellion could have been prevented.
Perhaps, but it was a long time coming, for many reasons. We created the Rite of Tranquility. To become a Seeker, I spent months in a vigil, emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil, and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility, and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
Ow.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people.
Or the people.
Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
It's always possible.
We might. It would be lying to say it's impossible.
An honest answer, if not a comforting one.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
With this hammer.
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
But what is it?
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
I say let him go.
The Seekers are gone, Cassandra. Let them go.
Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
I think I usually do the, well, make it better. Why am I suddenly so short in the chair? The table's coming up to my shoulders. You know, and I'm like 6.5 feet tall. Or so. Alright, get out of here. Where's the frickin' door? Okay. Let's do this one now. I have to go up here. Okay, I guess I'll go here. I don't seem to be saying very much tonight, which is okay, I guess. I don't have that much to say. My life has not been all that interesting for the last, several weeks. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I study, I go to bed.
Right.
Same thing on the weekend, except for the go to work.
He is. Good to see you again, Hisrad.
Gat! Last I heard, you were still in Saharan.
They finally decided I'd calmed down enough to go back into the world.
Boss, this is Gat. We worked together in Saharan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor. Hisrad's reports say you're doing good work.
Hisrad.
Iron Bull's name is Hisrad.
Under the Qun, we use titles, not names.
My title was Hisrad, because I was assigned to secret work. You can translate it as Keeper of Illusions, or...
Liar. It means liar.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
I look forward to working together.
Hopefully this will help both our peoples.
Hisrad.
Tevinter is dangerous enough without the influence of this Venatori cult.
Yes. Filthy, decadent brutes, the lot of them. I'm certain life would be much better for all of us under the Qun.
It was for me. After the Canary rescued me from slavery in Tevinter, I was 8. The Qun isn't perfect, but it gave me a better life.
Yes, one free from all that pointless free will and independent thought. Such an improvement.
Yeah, let's focus.
Arguing about the war between your two nations isn't going to help anyone right now.
I'm not here to convert anyone. All I care about is stopping this red lyrium from reaching Minrathos.
With this stuff, the Vince could make their slaves into an army of magical freaks. We could lose Saharan and see a giant Tevinter army come marching back down here.
The Ben Hasrath agree. That's why we're here. Our dreadnought is safely out of view and out of range of any Venatori mages on shore. We'll need to eliminate the Venatori, then signal the dreadnought so it can come in and take out the smuggler ship.
Does this work for you?
What do you think, Bull?
Don't know. I've never liked covering a dreadnought run. Too many ways for crap to go wrong. If our scouts underestimate enemy numbers, we're dead. If we can't lock down the Venatori mages, the ship is dead. It's risky.
Riskier than letting red lyrium into Minrathos?
There might be Venatori mages on the ship as well, if the dreadnought can't handle them.
It's unlikely there'll be more than 2 or 3 mages on the ship, and they'll be dead by the 3rd shot. On land, though, a half-dozen Venatori attacking the dreadnought from cover could do some serious damage.
I could see that. Fireball, fireball.
I could have crushed any Venatori resistance with the Inquisition's main forces. Why not use them?
Because then the Venatori would have seen you coming and run. They'd schedule a new shipment for later, and our spies might not know when or where.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
risky, yes. But it's our best chance to destroy the shipping operation permanently.
If it's dangerous for the dreadnought close to shore, why not attack when the smugglers reach open water?
Any decent smuggling ship can outrun a dreadnought on open water. We need to catch them close to shore.
Okay, let's go do it.
Let's go hold up our end of this bargain, then.
My agent suggested 2 possible locations the Venatori may be camped to guard the shore. There, and there. We'll need to split up and hit both at once.
I'll come with you, boss. Krim can lead the charges. Let me fill him in. Come by when you're ready to move.
Okay. Well, let me go speak to Bull then, because I
Once
think I'm
they're
ready.
down, send up your signal. That'll let the Dreadnought know it's safe to come in.
Understood, Chief.
Remember, you're gonna want a volley to start, but don't get suckered into fighting at range. They've got mages.
It's all right. We've got a mage of our own.
I'm not a mage.
Get in close and take their enchanter down before he takes over the battlefield.
He'll be dead before he knows it.
Just pay attention, all right? The Vince want this red lyrium shipment bad.
Yes, I know. Thanks, Mother.
Kunari don't have mothers, remember?
We'll be fine, Chief.
All right, Chargers. Horns up!
Horns up!
Ready whenever you are, boss.
Okay.
I'm ready to head out, Bull.
Right. Chargers, hit 'em hard and hit 'em fast. When this is over, drinks are on me.
You got it, Chief. Charges, double time. Let's move!
That's double time. Doot, 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 doot.
You gave your
I'm going right there. Okay.
charges the easier target.
You think?
Lower and farther from the smuggler's ship, it's much less likely to be heavily defended.
Suppose we'll do the heavy lifting then. Just like old times.
It's like the game is saying, no, you can't go this way. But I want to go this way. There's an invisible wall there. Fine. Haven't been to the Storm Coast in a while. It's rainy here.
Be careful. My agent said to expect opposition ahead of the main camp.
We've all done this a few times, Gat.
You've been living outside the Kyun for years now, Iron Bull. Just wanted to make sure your reflexes hadn't gotten as soft as the rest of you.
Ouch.
Ooh,
Vince
hey,
up ahead.
Don't let them warn the others.
hold on, I have to get this plant. Okay, I got the plant. Hi, guys. How's that for not letting him warn any others?
You must wish you were back in Tevinter, Mage. No soldiers to guard you here, no slaves to wait on you.
It's the lack of fashion that really strikes fear into my heart.
You know nothing of fear.
And do you intend to teach me?
No. You serve the Inquisition, and the Ben Hasrath wish an alliance. For now, that is enough.
For now. Hey, dudes. Hey, dudes. Hope you enjoy being on fire.
Can you make out any of your mercenaries down there?
Not from here. Probably a better view once we take the Vince camp.
Worried?
They're my men. I've been with some of them for years.
Get ready. We're close.
Oh, I'm always ready. sploosh. Dread helmet. Restriction to Iron Bowl. Well, let's give it to him then. Yeah, that'll do. I guess we signal them.
We're clear, Gat.
Right. Signaling the dreadnought.
Chargers already sent theirs up. See them down there?
I knew you gave them the easier job.
There's the dreadnought. That brings back memories. Nice one. Crap.
They've still got time to fall back if you signal them now.
Yeah,
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
they do that. They're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canary. You'd be declaring yourself Talvashoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hasra think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvashoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad. For this alliance, and for the Qun.
Ugh. Oh, this is nasty, but you know, there are some realities to war.
We need to hold that hill at all costs.
Yeah.
Now let's get over there.
Your soldiers are giving their lives for a good cause, Bull.
No. We're doing it for a good cause. Gaining an alliance. Strengthening the Inquisition. Something. The Chargers don't care about any of that crap. They're giving their lives for me.
Hisrad, I'm sorry. I know that wasn't easy.
Doesn't matter. The Qun demanded it.
But they took the hill anyway.
Dreadnought's clear. Let's get out of here.
No, let's go retake that hill. That's what we do. Thought I saw something say failed something or other here. Come on.
Hey, boss.
Inquisitor, my superiors have named you Basilit An. It means respected one. We would be honored to join you in the fight against Corypheus. You'll have Canary support on the seas, as well as our full intelligence network.
Is that about what we were hoping for?
Yeah, it's good.
You won't be disappointed, Inquisitor. Hisrad. Marasis Shokra.
Panahedan, Gat. A Kunari alliance. That's a first.
Go take some time. We're sorry.
We'll speak more later.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
I definitely have not done that in the past. Yeah, that was all new. Meaning, you know, having played through it, I vaguely remembered it, and I am sure that I told the
Drills upon drills.
Kenori to pound sand. Let's see if he wants to talk.
You wanted to see me?
If you've got a minute, yes. Wanted some help dealing with this. The Bull's charges. What's left of them, anyway. Krem, Rocky, Dalish, all of them. Dead for the Iron Bull. A man who never really existed.
Should I start calling you Hisrad?
Nah, it just confuse everyone. Besides, you're mangling the pronunciation. But I think I'm done leading mercenaries into battle.
You can still be the Iron Bull.
I plan to. Chargers or no, it's a fun role, and I like Orlesian food. But I've been away from the Qun for too many years. This was a good reminder of who I really am. Now I can serve you and the Inquisition honestly. Sorry, guys. I don't know any prayers from the Chantry, or whatever Rocky and Dalish believed in. Atashvarin kata, asitale.
This one.
The Bull's chargers gave their lives for the Inquisition, and for me. They will be remembered as heroes.
For every bloody battlefield, we'll gladly raise a cup. No matter what tomorrow holds. Thanks, boss. Didn't want to do this alone.
He's very sad. Now I gotta get back off of the wall.
Greetings, Your Worship.
This one's important. You'll be quick.
Why does everyone ask?
Seems to be an exclamation mark right here. Not sure why. Guess maybe it's Cullen upstairs for some reason.
And how much did you need?
Yes, he disappeared, so can't be Cullen, but I could go talk to him.
Did you need something?
No, not really.
Is there anything I should know?
Sarah brought me a piece of cake. She thought I looked hungry.
Why are you telling me this?
Because it was either an act of kindness or a trap. I was hoping you knew which.
No, I don't know.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Got to sound like I was concluding something. Guess I don't really need to walk back. I can just go do this. Yeah, I don't care about doing that really. I can never finish that. And these are largely the map type stuff. So what did I have in Hissing Wastes? Oh yeah, I remember doing all this stuff. Okay, I do remember that. What I got in the western portion? Burb? Oh, got shards all over. Dragon hunting stuff. Got a lot of stuff to do here. Guess here. Oof. I've definitely never seen this. Yeah. Oh, orange and sandy.
Nothing to report, sir.
I did not ask. Come over here and go ahead and snap my screenshot for the thumbnail. Let's see, and active. Yeah, it's gonna do this for me. If I remember the keys. Yeah, that was it. Turn it back on. Let's see. Ow, my ankle. Death root. Deep mushrooms that aren't so deep. Should be shallow mushrooms. Run, little fennec. Yeah, I got some stuff. Getting some dog leather. What the? Jeez, Bull.
Let's look around.
Delightful. The next best thing to sending the High Dragon flowers, I suppose.
I suppose. It's the next closest thing. Few paragons, Lester. Enjoy the fire. And the lightning. Oh, look at Skull. Well, this says I've spotted 2 out of 2. Something to loot over here. Okay, now what's the next closest thing? Wait, this landmark. Apparently the landmark is down. It looks like a fair amount of down. It also looks like I can just step right off the edge. Spindleweed everywhere. Ooh, blood lotus. Lots of blood lotus. Wouldn't think you'd find this many plants in the desert. Up there. I don't want to have to go all the way around there. I don't have a choice. Choiceless I am. This is apparently harvest night. Come on, there we go. Do I have to get up there? I think I have to get up there. How do I do that? No, 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 no. There's no falling down. I think I see another way. Which is good because I can't get up this way. Well, I mean, I got here. Now, how do I finish getting up? Do I have to go over there and across this way? Oh, I don't think I would do it either. Get up there. Or over here. Can I get up here? Like a pretty resounding no. Oh, do not tell me. Oh, horsey. Horsey, get me up there. Horsey does not go up there.
Whoa.
Unless it's not actually up and it's down. It'd be another way to do it. Get up there, get up there, get up there. No, 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 no. Do not fall down. Do not fall down. I'm falling down. damn it. God. Hey, what about if I go around here? Yeah, well, not as sure-footed as me either, apparently. Okay, I see a cave thing right there. What about if I go over here and here? Hey, looks like I made it. Now let's hope that it... Oh, okay, there it is. It is up ahead. Some ghoul's beard. Oh, chest. And much loot. Hope I like mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. Now I have to get all the way back out of here again. If we look at this dust, this is not the way to go.
Whoa.
So how about I go this way? We'll see about this.
I can't fight air. I'm not going. Someone at Skyhold will have a solution.
I can't fight air. I suppose she's right. Hey. It's compelling. I can't not pick this stuff up for some reason. I mean, I'll never need it. I have moved past the need for Paragon's Luster. Good, because you pretty much have to. There, I found a phoenix tail feather, which apparently I needed. There we go. Ooh. A camp. And I'm far enough away that it'd be really convenient to be able to come out here. If I go the correct direction for it. Okay, we'll set up here. Hi, Anubis. No food for you. You don't get to sneak Hathor's food. No, you don't. I'm sorry. You already had your food. You did, Sneezy. Already had your food. Yeah, nice kitty. He's been sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. To a ridiculous degree.
Inquisitor.
That's me. So don't go down there. It's so hot the rock is black, I guess. Oh, hey, I can use my hand. I've missed that. Enhanced chain lightning ring. That's pretty nice. I use chain lightning a lot. I bet I already have one. And stimulate. And chain lightning. And it's the same level. Okay. Let's go take out these guys over here. They look like they're up to no good. Indeed, and this isn't even, by certain ways you could define it, this isn't even today's game. I mean, when did this come out? 2015? Seems like there could definitely be some enhancements in the meantime. But of course this is the Frostbite engine, which we know they used again in Andromeda. And Shatter. That's where I go turn in the dragon stuff. As long as I'm over here. Given all the vapor over there, I don't think I can actually get to that spot. Yeah, I can't get there. Because everyone's just going to cough at me. See? Can't go there yet. Maybe I can go that way. Death Drink Springs. Remind me not to go there. Whatever it is I need is probably inside the gas over here. Yep. So I'm going to have to do an operation in order to get that gone, so I can go check out that area.
That's the grandmother of all locks. We're not getting in here.
Yeah, exactly. Like more of that crap. I believe it did. I'm right next to an area, and it's telling me I need to go that way. It says right here. I got something. Hey, I survived that. So I can't do any of those things. Could go assault this. I think it turns into a camp for me anyway. Makes sense to me. Right, Anubis. Just another look at that big abyss. They really don't want you going out there. There's a ladder. It doesn't go anywhere. Thanks, guys, for coming up. Oh yeah, I remember I have to come down here later, I think. I think it's there. It's Sleepy Kitty. Hi, are you just hanging out? Are you just hanging out? Those must be the guys that own this keep for the moment. Until they stop. Maybe it was here I needed to go. My recollection is after I take over the keep and move in, I get a mission for, hey, the water here seems to suck. Water in the well. So to get me in. Where are they going?
Shall we knock?
Meet them.
Oh, yeah.
We serve, Inquisitor, in life and in death.
Oh, hey, I'll pick up this stuff. Maybe. There we go.
Here, Inquisitor! I am ready to serve!
Then serve me you shall.
I join your glory.
Howl of the Overseer. Okay.
You should own this. We can spit off the battlements. You can now, but it's less like work when it's yours.
Okay. Then I will take it. I guess it's mine. Yeah, there's my flag.
Inquisitor, you're early. We've barely been set up a week. I have a patrol out at the moment. Some of the men sighted Darkspawn in the area. The Venatori have retreated, but scouts haven't pinpointed where they've gone yet. We're reasonably well entrenched here, but the keep's water supply has been a bit problematic.
See?
It's causing delays. I'll prepare the troops for inspection at once.
What's wrong with the water supply?
The fort's well is full of garbage. Blasted Venatori threw corpses in there. There's an oasis nearby, but a Vargast claimed it. Doing a decent job of keeping us away too. 4 soldiers have already fallen to venom and claws. We'll need reinforcements to drive the monster out.
Okay, tell me about the
Can you
Darkspawn.
tell me about the Darkspawn in the area?
The Darkspawn seem to have emerged since we took the keep. I've warned the troops not to engage unless absolutely necessary. We don't need a blight in the ranks. We have to find whatever hole the monsters came from and seal it.
That'll do.
Carry on, Captain.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Still have things I can loot. Oh, an astrarium in my own keep. Let's see. This isn't gonna do. Because I can't connect that. Can't connect that. No, it's not going to do it either. Okay, here's what I need to do. I took a couple tries, but no big deal. Soul Surge! Where have you been? You don't have to answer, you don't know me. You don't owe me, I should say. It sounded like I said you don't know me. You don't know me. Would you get out of my... Put that stupid bench there. No.
Carry on, Captain.
I already spoke with you.
Right. Back to work.
Back to work. Okay, let's go see if we can free up that creek from the clutches of the Varghest. I can figure out how to get out of here. Ah, there we go. There's the gate. Ah. It's like saying I cut myself eating marshmallows. Okay, so I've got Darkspawn over there. Water tastes funny over here. Oh yeah, the Darkspawn end up, I have to chase them across this place. Let me go see about doing the creek first. And then I'm really going to need to do that operation to clear out all the crap. Being a sharp dresser.
Where did they come from?
We could probably track them down and find out.
We probably could. Don't get too close, I don't want to cough again. Darkspawn in daylight? Get over here so I can kick you in the chest.
Another blighter fall!
There's a lot of ways to go to get over there to the creek. Yep. The first con we went to here in Austin, we met Lou Ferrigno. He didn't say a single word. I mean, absolutely nothing. It was very memorable in how forgettable it was, the experience. Oh, do I have to get up there? But it was okay because we had enough other stuff go on that day to make it memorable enough that we could have one celebrity who was eminently forgettable. For example, you speak of large hands. That same con we met Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca. Yeah, not a single thing. It was weird. He had no handlers, so he had to do the money thing himself and everything. Oh, I get up there. Well, it wasn't that he was rude or anything. It's just we didn't say anything. But yeah, we met Peter Mayhew, and his hands were. I wanted to shake his hand because he's a big guy, right? His hands were enormous. I felt like a child shaking hands with an adult again. No! Don't go down. I mean, his hand just engulfed mine. And we met Gil Gerard, which, had the wife blushing, Buck Rogers from the 80s. And we also met Claudia Christian, which had me kind of rendered speechless. And we stood in line for like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get an autograph with Ray Park. I don't know if you can really... Yeah, you can't really tell. So right directly above my head, that thing that's hanging on the wall, right there, that's actually the autograph we got with Ray Park. It's a Darth Maul picture. Oh, that'll do. Yeah, that could work. Trying to think. I want to say we met somebody from the Buffy cast that particular con as well, but I can't remember who. Okay, that's where I need to go. It's down that way. Oh no. Stop it, you stupid Vargas. That was it?
Inquisitor.
Wow. So it is nice. Yeah, like I say, he wasn't not nice. It was just awkward and uncomfortable. And only like the, third time or so that I had ever met a celebrity. So I was kind of like, what do I do? What do I say? Well, good. How did that go over? I'm not going back in there for more frickin' mushrooms. Picking up the blood lotus around the edge of this is fine. Even a little bit of spindleweed is fine. The only thing I can figure is it was still early in the morning. I mean, it was like within 30 minutes of the place opening. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't awake yet. I don't get it. But hey, whatever. I mean, obviously he left an impression.
Your worship.
I'm still trying to... I know there was somebody else we met that time.
Inquisitor.
And I cannot think of who it was. I know we met Buffy Cast over a period of several... I don't know if it was several... 2 or 3 cons here in town. I'm trying to remember... Because we've met Charisma Carpenter and Claire Kramer and James Marsters and Juliet Landau and oh my god, I can't even think. What is his name? Xander's actor. I know his name and it's on the tip of my tongue and I just can't say it. I can't remember it. Nicholas Brendan. It was funny actually when I met Nicholas Brendan and he was signing the autograph. I said, "Hey, how do I know it's you and not your brother?" And he stopped and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, Kelly would never do this." It was funny. Yeah, but all those Buffy cast, I was at least 2, if not 3 different cons. Yeah, see Nicholas Brendan. I feel a sneeze coming on. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Let me go turn in the whole, if I have to turn in the whole thing about the water.
Inquisitor.
About time you said something to me.
Inquisitor.
Oh, I guess that's it.
Carry on, Captain.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Yes, Inquisitor. I think I'm going to need to get that that stuff out of there first. Oh, so you got Nicholas Brendan germs. You should have turned around and auctioned that off. You probably could have made some money. Clone him. Although now that I've actually seen you in a picture next to Jewel State, and since I have stood next to Jewel State, I can now picture how tall you are. If you're not going to drink that, can I? Don't care about that. Care about those. Care about any of that. I guess I'll do that. First, we'll get this report. You want me to sign that too? The water bottle. Okay.
So, the Ben Hasrath.
We will need to handle this carefully.
I will.
Not now.
All right.
The glitters, improving morale.
Let's see what we have.
Inquisitor.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I should probably go ahead and stop it here. James Marsters was interesting. He didn't have a huge line, but he had some line there, and he was definitely taking time to talk to people. So, you know, he did the signature, and I kind of reached out to, maybe he did the signature later, kind of reached out to shake my hand, and he just stood there and he just like held my hand and we talked. It was kind of strange, and it was funny. What I wanted to do, what I like to try to do, is come up with something that they're not going to hear 58 times that day. So I was remembering he did one episode of Millennium, that show back in the 90s that was in the same universe as the X-Files, the one with Lance Henriksen headlining. He did an episode in, I think, the second season. So so I brought that up and I asked him about that, and he thought I was talking about Andromeda. So he was going on about that, and I didn't want to say anything, but I've never seen that show, so I have no idea what he was talking about. And he was talking about, yeah, Kevin Sorbo's over there, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, he was nice, but he wasn't talking about what I brought up, and he was talking about things I didn't know. So I just let him talk. And he held my hand the whole time. But he was very warm, he was engaging, and I absolutely knew I had his attention, even if he wasn't talking about what I brought up. Oh. Please don't. It's good for my ego. Yeah, so there you go. Juliet Landau was also fun. She had virtually no line. There was just, I don't remember who all was there. There was plenty of other celebrities there and whatnot, but she had no line. There was nobody standing there, so we went over there to talk to her. And you know, when you've got your 60 seconds or 30 seconds with this celebrity, you try to make that little quick connection, and then you try to move on because you know they're busy and everything. But she wasn't busy, so she just kept talking. And this was before the first Avengers movie came out, and she was talking about this party she had recently gone to. It was, I think it was at Joss Whedon's house, or at least it was a party he was at. And she was talking about how Nathan Fillion spent the entire party trying to land a part in Avengers. He was going around pretending to be different superheroes. You know, like put a lampshade on his head, I'm Lampshade Man or something. I don't remember what she said, but it was something along those lines. So we probably stood there and talked to her for 5 or 10 minutes. Right? I mean, we didn't want to go, but we also didn't want to take up too much of her time. That was different. Claire Kramer was really nice. She was Glory in season 5. Still something to look at, I'll tell you. And Charisma Carpenter, we only saw her only went up and met her that one time, but geez, we've seen her at like 3 different cons. I think this one probably 3 times, although I think maybe we saw her walking around at one of the other ones we went to. Not that we go to that many. So there was all that. But anyway, enough of this con talk for now. We could always con talk in the future. Icon talk in the future. So I just sent my people out to go do stuff. The Sulphurous area over there will be bridged over, so we'll be able to walk through it. I'll be able to finish doing a couple of things that are there. Next time I can knock out the Darkspawn that are over there, seal them up. I kind of remember where that goes. And then I can go talk to the guy who wants a dragon, and there will be a dragon fight. And then we can do the actual thing that's over there. That's the main story mission. And there's not going to be a whole lot left. But of course, once I complete the main story, there is a DLC that actually takes place after the main story. So I don't remember that DLC being super long. That might be an additional evening after the end. Might be 2, but I think it'll be 1. So I might be within 3 sessions of completing. So anyway, thank you both for coming out. And if Lennon Rich comes back and happens to watch this later, thank you, Lich, for coming out as well. It's good to be back. I have every intention of being here every Monday until I actually get this done. In honor of Mr. B, I'm going to finish this. What I do after that, I don't know. I don't know if I will keep streaming or if I'll just go ahead and hang up the hat. I mean, I love you guys, but you know, there's only a couple of people that come to watch me, and the one who was there every time isn't there anymore, right? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. If you guys, give me some feedback or whatever, that would be fine. So, anyway, I will talk to you later. See you on Twitter, and if nothing else, I will be here in 166 hours. Bye.